recovered by most by the center. And Harvey Armstrong was there for the Colts.
So just as we talked about this offensive line protecting Plunkett, Armstrong gets to him, a clean shot, and there was the fumble. Both are alertly jumping on it to capture it for the Raiders.
First sack of the ball game for the Colts. That means that Ray Guy will be kicking. Injury report: Donnell Thompson, a right ankle, will not return. Randy McMillan, a rib injury, could return, but probably will not. This is the 207th consecutive game for Ray Guy, who is now punted more than 25 miles. The deep back on the return, Bill Brooks taking it out of bounds. We've got a timeout, and we'll be back in a moment. End up losing a yard, maybe two on the play. The Colts now have one timeout remaining, but with fourth down coming, that means that Ray Guy will be kicking. And I would suspect that Indianapolis will send everybody and try and go for the block.
Yeah, with just 48 seconds remaining, and they only do have the one timeout, I think that's probably the strategy they'll try to employ. Rather than to set up the return with the one timeout, unless you're breaking big, you always try to save that one last timeout for the field goal, of course. And they may not have to, they close down the area of the field they can throw to. Only deep, out of the end zone, into the end zone, or along the sideline. So we would imagine they would try and go for the block.
And so we'll be looking at the second punt of Ray Guy. And you mentioned Jim Plunkett. Ray Guy may be coming near the end of his career. What a great career it has been. A #1 draft choice back in 1973, the first time that a punter had ever been taken first in the draft out of southern Mississippi. We mentioned earlier he's punted now for more than 25 miles. And he slipped a bit. He's now tied for 19th in the National Football League for a man that led it for so many times for so many years.
And Ron Stark, kind of the heir apparent to the throne of a Ray Guy, because Stark, as you mentioned, the leading kicker in the NFL, and appears to be able to do that year in and year out.
Here come the Colts with the pressure, but he gets it off. And Brooks on the return. The 40 goes out of bounds at the 42-yard line. So 43 yards on the kick by Ray Guy, 8 yards on the return. 40 seconds remaining. Plenty of time. And
17 yards to go for a first down.
So Ray Guy will be kicking. Bill Brooks is set for the return. Oh, good catch. Taken at the 22-yard line, after the 25, and then out of bounds. 51 yards on the kick by Ray Guy with a 7-yard return, and Lyndon King was down very quickly on the coverage team.